focusing in on attacking the nest and knew I could get that matchup well. And Julian was doing well against the Samus, so I just let it play out like that.
Oh boy.
But,
yeah, there was a bit of a mistake on what was that game 3 or so, or game 2.
Dude, I suicided twice.
Oh, that last one when you pineapple.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I totally screwed up a bunch too, so.
The struggle, man, but it's all good. We got it, man. We clutched it out, like I said. And here we go, going to game 1 of Losers Finals. Let's see what goes on.
Yeah, it's just a constant struggle, but what can you do, you know?
Now, we saw this match in the winners round, but
looks like it's a little different this time. We've got.
Oh my God! That's what just happened to me, man. That's how I felt.
Just immediately, but hey, we were able to get back from that, so
yeah.
you can never really rule it out. And it looks like, oh wow, both Nez and Lucas made it back on there. I was a little nervous for a moment because they were both doing it at the same time.
Oh, no, boys.
Yeah, Fox is doing some pretty risky stuff with his Firefoxes. It's getting me real scared. Just.
Oh my gosh. Man, now you just see Rose and Daylight just having a plethora of characters they can play.
Yeah, like, these guys clearly play a lot together and play a lot of different characters. Don't really stick with one particular main, so to speak. But yeah, it seems like Rose is very versatile. Playing characters you don't really see a lot.
Yeah,
like, you don't really see Zelda a lot.
And that what seems like a high level. Wow, there goes Fox.
Oh
down.
wow, Fox is already down to his last.
Yeah, that first stock he up B, thought he was off stage.
And he just took out King.
So now 3 stocks to 6.
That is not good.
Looks like the Onet boys may take this home, but
yeah.
dang, off the top, that's disrespectful.
Oh wow, manages to make it all the way from down there. Reminder that Lucas's PK Fire Q gives you much greater distance than Ness's does, so you can travel quite a bit, recover from very far away.
Beautiful punish off the ledge jump.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just hearing a flurry of PKs.
Oh, God,
that was crazy. I can't believe that combo.
Yo,
and Fox is still living though. Fox is determined to stay in this, even after getting spiked.
Oh my goodness gracious. They're just getting damage is building up like no other. You know, 1 second he was at 0, now he's at 87. So now let's see, you never give up, boys, alright?
Yeah, you never give up.
You guys saw Evo.
Yeah.
Wow, and there it goes.
So it looks like Cloud is just going solo right now. Oh, still manages to make it back. That was a good recovery, but doesn't manage to make it back on the ledge.
Alright, now this is Losers Finals, of course. So, you guys already know. 3 out of 5. No bans for the winner. Uh-oh. We do have a call. Hold on.
And because this is Losers Finals, it is best out of 3. Okay, unfortunately right now Bravo is on the phone, so looks like I'm just solo commentating. We're going to Duck Hunt here for game 2. Interesting counter pick, but Duck Hunt does have a lot of really interesting landscape that players can take advantage of, especially in doubles, where the terrain does matter a lot in distancing yourselves, getting enough spacing for the big 4-player brawl and whatnot. So, yeah, it looks like Bravo's ditching me right now. Yeah, it looks like you can see King really getting into his Zen zone that he was talking about, where he'll just kind of pause, he'll step back a little bit from the rest of the fight, and kind of figure out, okay, what am I going to do here? What's the best option for me? And sometimes use that opportunity to charge his limit. Hopefully that works out for him. But unfortunately, Daylight is able to take him out with a hefty up air, but is soon taken out by Schwing, who has switched to Captain Falcon for this game. Yeah, looks like Schwing is going all out right now. This takes out Ike with a forward smash. just kind of taking advantage of just kind of running around the stage, as Captain Falcon's very good at doing, and just addressing any particular attacks. Unfortunately, he's not able to block that aerial attack from Ike, who does get taken out. He still has 2 more stocks. Bringing the rest of this match pretty even, although the blue team is pretty high on their second stocks, so those might be taken out pretty soon, especially with this combined strength of Captain Falcon and Cloud. Especially with Cloud, with Limit Online, but as soon as I say that, it is once again gone. But in doubles, Cloud is able to take advantage of getting out pretty quickly, manages to survive instead of getting spiked from the down air of Ike, and is able to charge his limit all the way to full. So let's see if he's able to take advantage of that. Ness is taking advantage. Oh, so he looks like he gets the side B on Ness and does take him out very nicely. The Ness has been taking advantage of using the PK Thunder, especially when his opponents are trying to land back on the stage. It's a really good ability for that because it can kind of chase them around, get a lot of residual damage on them as a projectile. And worst case scenario, you can switch into PK Thunder. Ooh. Schwing trying to go for those easy meteor smashes to just take them out as soon as possible, but unfortunately gets taken out in the process. Now we're all down, everyone is down to their last stocks, so this is still anyone's game. Once again, this is losers finals, so even if Daylight and Ros do win, Schwing and King still have another chance to bring it back, but I would definitely not rule them out quite yet. You know, they really look like they want this. See Schwing playing really patiently, just waiting for every single attack that Ike is doing, and just trying to have an answer for it. Hopefully he can make this recovery. But yeah, King looks like King might be having a little bit of trouble with Ness, so Schwing does come in to help him. And a little bit of team attack here and there kind of falls into the mix. Ooh, looks like King does take out the Ike and the Ness. That's awesome. So it looks like we have tied it up to... I'm just a little bit behind, guys. But yeah, now it looks like we have tied it up 1-1 for both blue and red team. Alright, thank you to everybody watching the stream today. This is Losers Finals for Smash Wii U doubles here at the Smash Mine. This is Smash Mine number 7. We also are featuring Melee at this tournament. Unfortunately, we do not have streaming equipment for Melee. We don't have I guess like the AV cable setup or the capture card that works specifically for the GameCube or the Wii. So hopefully next time we'll be able to gather a bit more funding and be able to dual stream both the Wii U and Melee. But it looks like we are going into game 3 here, and it is going to Dreamland. This looks like blue team's counter pick. It looks like they've switched up a bit. I'm actually going to update that to reflect that they are now playing Villager and Samus instead of their previous setup. I'm going to switch that to... There we go. Alright, now we've got Bravo back. He had a bit of a...
Back in here.
Bit of an emergency going on there, but he is now back.
I have to pick up the wife, the daughter, and the food.
Oh boy, food, that's the most important part.
Yeah, don't tell her that.
Anyways, back to the game.
Interesting high recovery from, oh wow. Okay, and so here we see...
Oh, Schwing doing some really good awareness, running over to FM Ros. Oh, who unfortunately got pineapple there. You hate to see that, especially on your own counter pick. That's what ended up happening to us. We went to Dreamland and ended up getting pineapple a few times, but it's just the name of the game. It happens when you pick the stage. Oh, Ros doing a really nice high up B, not to recover, but to actually capitalize on Captain Falcon's positioning. But that ends up not working out too well as he gets meteor smashed by Falcon, bringing him to the share stock. It's a good thing that the Villager had been taking the rest of these. It is pretty crazy that he lost all of those very quickly. That's what happens sometimes.
Be out of shield, old faithful.
Oh, it looks like Villager does get taken out. So even though Villager, that was his first loss of stock, it does bring him down to just one left after doing the share stock. It's always a bummer when that happens, because it's like, oh, I'm doing so well, I haven't died yet, but once you share stock, that's it. You don't have a whole lot to kind of spread around there. So you can really see Schwing kind of a lot of his doubles knowledge just coming to shine here, where he'll just kind of run around the stage and just figure out where he's needed. And because he's putting so much pressure, he put pressure on both of them so hard that allowed King to fully charge limit and just take out Samus very heftily. And just once you get to this 2 versus 1 situation, this allows Cloud to just fully charge limit break basically whenever he wants to, which is one of the reasons why this pairing, or any pairing with Cloud as one inset pair, becomes very powerful. He has just a very valuable tool that he can charge whenever he wants. Similar to like Samus or like Donkey Kong, any of those characters have a charging B attack. Cloud is very similar, but has so many options that he can do with it. So it just becomes a valuable tool.
Welcome going too deep. Music. Good smash the eye out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't quite count Villager out yet, though. You'd be surprised how long Villager can survive. Wow. Ooh, that was kind of a miscalculation there. But
and the crazy
oh,
thing
that
is,
yet another. That could have been a very easy KO, but
and that's the game right there. Game
that
3.
up air brings it back to game 3.
3 out of 5 still. Alright, man, looks like the red team was able to switch it around, bring it back, man. Bring it around town here. So we'll just see how it keeps going on. See how it goes. I mean, looks like the Falcon was really going around and creating so much pressure on the stage.
Yeah.
You know, they just didn't have the chance that they wanted to really establish their game plan and whatnot.
So King and Schwing are in a pretty good position right now, where if they lose this next one, they'll get to at least get to counter pick on the last match. So that's always a really valuable tool once you get ahead in a best 3 of 5. That if they do lose this one, they will get the counter pick, which will be able to kind of fix them or bring them back up to speed. Looks like there's yet another character change for Daylight and FM Rose, so I'm going to switch that really quick.
Alright, looks like they went to FD. Do I see a Link? What is
Yeah.
going on?
I think it was the Fierce Deity Link too, so you know he's serious.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there he goes. There we got Link and Ness going here. You can see King just playing very patiently, just like, I'm just not even gonna fight here. I'm just gonna charge my laser.
He's picking his spot. I don't know if Ness or Link was such a good choice. But we'll see how wow. Just as I say
Unfortunate,
that.
yeah, commentator's curse. I mean, we've seen FM Rose play very well with several different characters, so you wouldn't be surprised if he has other characters such as Link that he's very good at. Unfortunately, fortunately for the blue team, Ness was able to take out Captain Falcon with PK Thunder 2. He did quite a bit of damage on Cloud in the process. It's always very dangerous. You always have to remember that PK Thunder is actually a KO attack for Ness. It's recovery that can do a serious damage. So yeah, you see King kind of taking a little bit of a step back. Oh wow, he manages to hit some, oh, he ended up doing it, never mind. I saw Ness flying towards him, I thought someone got PK Thunder. Oh wow, he ends up getting PK Thunder on his own team. That's cool though. Let's pretend like that didn't happen. Cloud once again charging.
Sorry guys, there's so much
Yeah.
happening on this part today.
Yeah, it's like I'm just, and also Bravo is eating, so it's a little difficult. Okay, so it looks like it is taken out. Wow, the pop off from King, just
You guys didn't see
that was pretty insane though. That
It was a
limit, that finishing touch. I don't know if popping off quite yet is the right plan of action, because you never know. He might be able to just do the craziest run back, because while Link did manage to get back in right at the last minute, getting the share stock. So if he takes out Schwing, then he could potentially bring this back. You never know. See, like he has, yeah. So he's taken out Schwing's other stock. So of course it is still the 2v2, but unless he gets pinned very easily. He still hasn't quite hit. Okay, so he has just hit 104. So a lot of attacks should be able to take him out at this point, but a lot of Link's attacks are incredibly strong. Doing a great job on the recovery, yeah.
Oh, wow, tried to get it.
Oh, not quite.
That's the game anyways.
Yep. And that's it.
What's up?
Okay. So yeah, it's grand.